So you feel like you are stuck running on an endless treadmill, right? Your paycheck basically evaporates the exact moment it hits your bank account. And despite working harder and harder every single year, that finish line just keeps moving further away. It honestly makes you feel like true wealth is some secret exclusive club, and your invitation just got lost in the mail. Well, welcome to this explainer, where we are going to break down exactly how to escape the high earner's trap.
Now, you make good money and you have a highly respectable job, but you are probably wondering why you still always feel stuck. Look, the problem isn't a lack of opportunity, and it is definitely not a bad salary. The real issue runs so much deeper than that monthly paycheck of yours. Deep down, you are secretly afraid of being left behind by your peers. So you really have to ask yourself, why does the gap between what you earn and what you actually keep never seem to grow?
The truth is, you are trapped in a culture that absolutely demands consumption over building. Just look around. Most people are desperately optimizing for right now. They chase those flawless appearances. They finance wildly expensive luxury cars, and they do this simply to feel like they are still part of the game. But here's the catch. This relentless race for social status is actually a guaranteed trap for permanent poverty. It completely forces you to optimize for a fleeting, momentary feeling instead of building a solid, lasting foundation.
Let's move into the reframe. It is time to drastically change how you look at the board. Building wealth is really just a game. And the absolute best part is you only have to get rich once. You see, we constantly confuse a high salary with actual, lasting wealth. Sure, a prestigious job gives you money, but surprisingly, the guy in the plain t-shirt often has way more actual wealth than the guy sweating in the tailored suit. Money is literally just a number sitting on a digital screen. True wealth, though, that is having absolute freedom and real-life options. Ultimately, you are here to build an asset base that literally gives you your life back.
Which brings us to Principle 1, adopting a contrarian mindset.
Building wealth requires a fundamentally different psychological approach from the rest of the pack. Before you even think about investing tactics or hot stock picks, this crucial psychological shift has to come first. Listen, when your friends inevitably upgrade their cars just to impress people they don't even really like, you are quietly investing. When everyone else completely panics over a market crash, you are actively looking for opportunities to buy at a huge discount. You are making tiny sacrifices today that will inevitably compound into massive advantages. You are trading short-term pleasure for long-term, completely unshakable financial power.
Moving right along to Principle 2, protecting your financial gap.
You have got to keep your burn rate low always. And that means no matter how much your income actually grows. I mean, everyone knows they should spend less than they earn, but almost nobody actually does it, right? And that is mostly because of intense social pressure. As your income shoots up, you must aggressively resist the urge to bloat your spending right alongside it. You should always feel like you could easily upgrade your lifestyle in a heartbeat, but you consciously choose not to. That specific, heavily guarded gap between your rising income and your stagnant expenses is exactly where true wealth is forged.
We constantly, and I mean constantly, fall into the trap of spending money just to signal success. 1. You know the drill. You buy the expensive bags and the flashy luxury brands. You do it just to show everyone else you are doing well. And sure, it feels incredible in the moment, but it actually acts as a silent wealth killer over the long run. Next time, before you pull out your wallet, take a really honest look at that purchase. 2. Ask yourself, do I actually need this, or do I just want it? Honestly, wanting something just to stroke your ego is never, ever a good enough reason to casually throw away your financial freedom. 1.
That leads us perfectly into Principle 3, mastering your own psychology.
People who build real, lasting wealth do it by being highly consistent. They do not do it by being incredibly clever. You have got to realize something right now. Your own messy mind is the absolute biggest obstacle on your journey to financial freedom. You simply cannot let yourself get distracted by hot, fleeting opportunities. And true wealthy people, they certainly do not chase 1,000% returns overnight. Nope, they stay boring, they stay invested, and they completely tune out all that noisy financial media that basically only exists to sell you false anxiety. Time is the engine here, but make no mistake, consistency is the fuel that actually gets you across that finish line.
Think about this for a second. Fear, impatience, comparison, and overconfidence destroy way more wealth than bad investments ever do. 1. It is crazy. Almost every single major financial mistake you will ever make comes directly from human emotion. It doesn't come from a lack of intelligence or simple ignorance. 1. Buying when you are hyped up and overly excited, and then selling when you are completely terrified, those are absolutely deadly traps that wipe out entire fortunes. 2. At the end of the day, you have to ruthlessly conquer your own emotions before you can ever hope to conquer the market.
And finally, Principle 4, value creation and the long game.
Now, saving aggressively definitely builds your foundation. But idle money just sitting around in a bank quickly loses its value to inflation. You really must make your money from what you are genuinely exceptional at doing. You have got to focus deeply on providing irreplaceable value to the world. You know, everyone talks endlessly these days about building multiple passive income streams, but almost nobody talks about the immense importance of mastering just one first. Without a rock-solid foundation, diversification is really just a dangerous distraction dressed up as a brilliant strategy. You need to get one thing working exceptionally well and then carefully build out from there.
So let's quickly review the precise steps to finally escaping this high earner's trap. First up, brutally delay your gratification. Second, provide massive value to the marketplace. And third, invest that gap consistently without fail. Seriously, every single wealthy person you admire traded short-term pleasure for long-term gain. And they did it repeatedly over many, many years. There are no clever little hacks, and there are absolutely no magical shortcuts. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to this explainer series to learn exactly how to play the long game and finally win.
It is time to stop optimizing for the cheap applause of people who aren't even paying your bills, because ultimately, wealth is the freedom you have when absolutely nobody is watching. So, are you going to keep running on that endless treadmill of social status, or are you finally ready to step off and build your own freedom?